Okay, so in this video we are going to discuss how to create a blog post on the DMEinterns.org website. So I'm logged in, and it's actually, when you log in, it's probably going to look a little bit different because I have administrator privileges, whereas most people do not. So, but you should have some of these same things, like specifically you're looking for posts and you're looking for media. So I will open up both of those, all posts, and then media library. You don't need to worry about pages, obviously, when you're publishing a blog post, because they're different things. So here's posts, and it looks like somebody's already working on a post right here. But I'm just going to show you how to do a new one. So I'm going to I'm going to control click this add new button so that it opens in a different tab, and I'll keep this open here. Now, we have two options here. It says use Divi Builder and use default editor. I prefer to use the default editor. I like using the default editor is called Gutenberg, and it's really easy. I don't see a need to use the Divi Builder for a blog post. If you were trying to do something fancy, I guess maybe you could try it, but it's really not that necessary, to be honest. So I usually click use the default editor, and I'm going to give this a title: sample blog post for training. And this is a sample blog post. Control A, Control C. I wonder if is there a lorem ipsum block? Lorem ipsum. Here's lorem ipsum generator. Where can I get some? All right. I want 5 paragraphs of lorem ipsum. There we go. Get some lorem ipsum. Copy. Alrighty. So paste. Now I got all sorts of lorem ipsum. If you're not aware, lorem ipsum, when you hear somebody refer to lorem ipsum, this is a text that's basically was it Latin? I think it's in Latin. But the goal of having lorem ipsum is just to see what what content would look like what text would look like on a page without actually using anything. Like it doesn't. Most people don't read Latin, so the content of what's here is not a distraction because you don't know what it is anyway. There could be all sorts of bad words in here, and I wouldn't know. But the point is to see how it would look on the page without focusing on what actually is on the page, like what the content is. So anyway, so here's some lorem ipsum. I'm going to save this. So save draft. So now you got your title. This is going to be the name of your blog post too. So you got your title, and then you got your content. And notice these little hovery thingies right here. These are called blocks. This is the Gutenberg editor. These are Gutenberg blocks. You have some functions over here that you can drop down. You don't really need them most of the time, but if you hover in between, in between two blocks, you'll see that a plus can show up, and that's when you can add other Gutenberg blocks. If you want to browse through and see what all the different Gutenberg blocks are, click Browse. And then you can scroll through here and see, okay, what are all the different blocks I could use. So, for instance, if you wanted to use a gallery, you can click on that, and then you can just select images from the let's do from Pexels. I don't know what these are. Here, I'll go with these cool patterns. Select. Now I got a gallery in my blog post. Maybe. If it ever finishes. Yay, it's a cool gallery. That's cool. Oh, that's pretty slick. They put the pexels, they give credit on there. So yeah, that's how you add that. You can add images into there by clicking plus and find an image. I think it's called images or photos. Notice there's a web stories here, a web stories block. So if you write an article that can use a web story as well, you can add that. If you build a web story for your article, you can add the web story to the blog post. Let's see, image maybe? Yeah, image. So if you wanted to add an image, you can just, here, I'll add another image from Pexels. I like giraffes. Let's do it. It's kind of cool that they have an integration with Pexels. So anyway, that's kind of how you build out a blog. Some things to keep in mind. You're going to want to note if you're just trying to create a draft and you want somebody to review it, you might want to go to, actually, where's it? Isn't there a drop down? Actually, you might just want to leave it in, save it as a draft. So there's that. Then it will show up in the drafts folder over here. Yeah, it'll show up as draft, and then people can take a look at it. Also, check out your slug. You don't want to like a lot of extra stuff in there. So let's say if you had a dash, in your title, it can affect your slug. I'm not sure if it's going to right now because the slug was already built, but sometimes it can affect it. So it'll have like 4 dash, because you'll see it puts dashes in for spaces, because you can have a space in a URL. So it'll put dashes in for spaces, but if you have a dash in your URL, it'll be dash dash dash, and so it looks stupid. So I would go through here, delete the dash, and then if necessary, I would edit the slug. So if it had the dash dash in there, I would go and delete the unnecessary ones. Same applies for commas and stuff. If you have a comma or something like that, other special characters in your URL or in your slug here. The slug is like what gets appended to the domain name and represents your blog post. So if you find that you have extraneous characters in here, you should only have words, basically, is the point. You'll want to go through here and check out the categories. You got to apply a specific category. So let's say for a volunteer post, you want to check volunteers. Tags, this is where you would add all applicable tags. And just make sure that they're, you separate them by a comma. And then there we go. So volunteer, VOLUNTEER, comma, volunteers, comma. I don't know, whatever the tags are. Featured image, you'll want to select an image. We'll do a Pexels. This is, ooh, pretty butterfly. Select. So it's going to import that in. Okay, cool. Now we have a featured image. Excerpt. So what I do for the excerpt, by the way, is notice I scrolled all the way down. You scroll down to the bottom here, and you'll want to check out this is the Yoast SEO plugin. If you don't see it, there might be some kind of a setting that has it turned off. Man, I can't see where the settings are anymore. They moved it. Anyway, the point is you should check your settings. There might be it might be turned off if you don't see it. Anyway, so here's Yoast SEO, and the point that I'm trying to make here is that this is what's going to show up in your Google search results, as well as in your like on a Facebook post. It'll pull a specific block of text in. So it'll generally be the first, like 160 characters of your first paragraph if you don't put it in on your own. So I usually put something in here specifically that is written to kind of summarize what's in the post. so that you kind of give them people more of a, you want to sell them on why they should actually read your article or whatever. So this is a sample of a meta description to show you how I would write a meta description. Oops. This is really dumb. But you see how the orange is going across? Keep watching it. This is not going to be published. All right. So once I get my meta description written, usually I just use that as my excerpt, and that's why I was kind of showing you that right there. So I'll go down here to the excerpt and I'll just add that, and it's good to go. Then we have some other stuff here. Allow comments. That should be turned on. Why don't we have that turned on? Okay, I'm not sure. And then these other settings you probably shouldn't have to worry about. Start the AMP page builder. You shouldn't need this. Because AMP should just work. I'm pretty sure it's set up to work on AMP, no problem. Open graph and Twitter card tags. Yeah, I don't think you need to do that. So the description will be used. Okay, cool. So it uses Yoast. So that's pretty much it. I'm gonna go save draft, and then I'll do a preview just to show you what it looks like. But notice I didn't use Divi Builder for this. So here is a preview of our post. And it's got our images, got some more lorem ipsum, got a cool giraffe, and you can do a comment if you want. So notice it shows up in the volunteers category, so that means it would show up on the volunteers page. And that's about it. If you have any questions, let me know.